Good afternoon, everybody. Um, as Jay was mentioning, Dr. Jeremy McHugh, Air Force veteran. I used to work in IT and cybersecurity. The DoD was doing their cloud migration, which everyone, you know, I wasn't sure how that was going to go. You could see there's a similar um, kind of event going on with AI migration in businesses. So I just want to start off and kind of condition the meeting with the macro landscape of where we're at. What does this actually mean? So I'm sure everybody's heard of like ChatGPT by now and all the different kind of capabilities or kind of the risks that people are sharing on social media. But from a high level, there's a lot of just discussion still and planning and strategy that's going on. The innovation in the AI space is moving a lot faster than the adoption for most enterprises. One analyst claims that 11% of the 120 plus million OpenAI users are actually in the US. So there's a large adoption kind of moment that hasn't happened yet. And we're at the stage of AI that I would compare it to the early days of the internet, where as soon as the internet was created, people were able to access computers around the world and there was no kind of firewalls or security controls in place. Nowadays, no business would operate without some type of base level kind of security solution. And I'd also say that there's a large opportunity for AI incidents this year as adoption does increase and companies don't have a full understanding of the risk that they're introducing. And then there's still uncertainty in the US regulations for AI. And then there's also the new kind of talent shortage and challenges that companies have to face with adopting new solutions. So about us, what our product, Preamble exists to help the world reap the benefits of AI while mitigating various risks. We simplify how enterprises are actually able to use generative AI and control those risks for these systems. And we will make sure we can do it easier, faster, and provide just a simpler solution to implement a technology that most companies are still grappling with, understanding how it actually works and what problems it can solve for them without introducing new problems by just adding this technology. And what the diagram shows is that you have a user interface. In most simple terms is Preamble is creating these customizable filters that process the input and output according to the rules you create for your company, depending on the use cases. And then, so as soon as nothing is able to leave your environment and be sent to your AI system or a model, anything that's generated is also verified and either blocked or redacted before it is returned to the end user. So you can prevent different types of incidents that could occur. And you also have the ability to monitor for violations and user activity. So now this is actually what more of the front end looks like. So that's moving on from the back end components that we've developed. So again, making it simple for everybody in your organization to use. The screenshot is of an admin's perspective, so they get a full view of the tools that create the rules and policies that are used as these kind of filters or kind of guardrails or firewalls, as a lot of people are calling them now. We also provide a marketplace to make it quicker to adopt kind of use case specific rules and policies. There's team management, and there's also what we call our AI assistants, or kind of think of as like AI agents, where these are pre-configured large language models or like generative AI models with use case specific policies for input and output, so you can detect and block and redact different types of PII or sensitive data or kind of harmful content or dangerous requests going in, and also being returned to your employees, customers, or other clients. And all that kind of builds up to ensuring compliance within your organization for these new technology, especially for the heavily regulated industries like finance and healthcare. So we see the generative AI market right now. It's still in its infant stages of adoption, and it's still hefty numbers. AFWorks team, so it's the Air Force Ventures kind of R&D component. They have a over $1 billion budget. The DoD has announced that they're working on almost $2 billion budget for AI and machine learning. The U.S. market itself is around $11 billion market already, and it's rapidly growing. And this is well before, again, just that large adoption moment even happens. And so again, what makes us different? Why use our solution? The problem the solution we've built is based off my experience in the Air Force of management, securing applications, and just the user experience. If the solution is too complicated or doesn't solve the problem that people need, it doesn't have all the components to address challenges, then they're not able to use this technology. So we make it easier through our no-code administration and fully customizable guardrails and controls that organizations can use. And then just having the out-of-the-box solution ready to go. Again, some of the competitors in the space, they're building more of like the MLOps kind of solutions that are focused on more senior kind of machine learning or AI types of engineers, which are in very high demand and low supply. And the government has even issued kind of expedited visas through the executive order that White House signed on AI trust and safety, just because there is such a shortage. And so as we look to start working with the government more and the DoD components, especially the Air Force now with our new AFWERX contract for a dual use technology that we can bring to the government sector, we have a lot of advantages coming from that field, and all the different types of teams that we'd be interacting with are like prior coworkers in the Air Force and team members. And being part of a large veteran group, it opens the doors and makes kind of customer discussions and understanding the problem and challenges a lot better. So we are better catered to actually deliver a solution for them. And again, so we're recently awarded kind of AFWERX Small Business Innovation Research Grant. So that allows us to find customers within the Air Force, which we received lots of positive interest and traction. So once we move on to phase 2, then it opens up to larger pilots for those customers. And then between phase 2 and 3, the AFWERX has a special kind of funding component for non-dilutive up to $15 million to ensure that we remain in business to deliver a phase 3 kind of actual customer deployment for the Air Force. And this is just for the Air Force. There's other branches are also on the table as options if they want to sign contracts. And part of our go-to-market strategy, again, focusing more on the public sector within the DoD, since they have the largest need, budget, kind of of alignment with the product we've actually developed. We also have resellers through Carosoft, which is one of the public sector companies. And then eventually, once we corner the public sector, and we'll branch out and offer our solution to more private sectors as the adoption rate starts increasing there. Again, we have a very experienced team across the field, from marketing, strategy, engineering, and kind of AI safety and security to actually customize and evolve solutions for businesses so they don't have to hire super expensive talent and change their infrastructure every time this technology keeps evolving. And finally, we've raised a tenth of most of our competitors and delivered what we see as a more user-friendly and enterprise-ready product. Now we're looking to raise an additional $6 million, and we don't plan on raising additional Series A because with, as I mentioned, the different Air Force venture funding and non-dilutive opportunities and our lower expense rate, we can make this more efficient in the distribution of our capital, and we'll be profitable a lot faster. This is just for customer acquisition and kind of get the certifications and clearances that we need for our customers. I thank you for your time, and if you need to contact me, my email is there, jeremy@preamble.com, and I'll be happy to answer any other questions that you may have.